We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. You did it. I did it. President Trump did it. America did it. Truth did it. Patriots did it. We did it. You did it. Give yourself a round of applause. Stand up and go like this. You did it. You never lost faith. You hung in there. You believed in him. You believed in the truth. You believed in this country. You believed in the Constitution. It's about you. God bless Elon Musk and Dana White and President Trump. You. Without us, it's about you. You never get enough credit. You have been put through sheer hell. Nobody talks about what you've been through. Nobody talks about what you've been through. This is about you, my friends. We will never, ever, 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 ever forget this. Remember who we were. Remember how we stood together. Remember how we locked arms every single day, day in, day out. We never gave up. Sure, we worried. Of course you worried, because we cared, and you did it, and you remained tough and true and indefatigable. You were absolutely brilliant. You never, ever, ever gave up. This is about you. We've won. We've won. The good guys won. And I want you to do me a favor. You don't let anybody get in your way today. You react any way you want. You want to gloat? You gloat. You want to laugh? You laugh. Do whatever you want. Schadenfreude, baby. Schadenfreude. You let those people know you have been through this. We have been through it thick and thin. And it is an honor, an absolute honor, to provide you with something a little bit different. I don't want to tell you, I told you so. I hate that. But I knew this. I told you. I'm saying he's going to win, but we have to watch out for this. It could have gone the other way. Things could have changed, but you know what? It didn't happen that way. But I knew this. And you knew it, because things were different. The numbers, everything, the rules have changed. Well, this is the wrong hat, but the rules have changed. Internet, new factions of great Americans, Latinos, the Amish, Peanut. Look at this. Look at where we've been. So, my friends, first of all, remember, relax. Make sure you are still subscribed to Lionel Nation. Thank Mrs. L. We had such a time last night watching this. So we're going to be back to normal, back to business. But first, my friends, we suspended all of our usual commercial endeavors last night. But before we begin, this important word from our sponsor. All right, let's be honest. Society isn't exactly celebrating traditional masculinity these days. Being strong, being a provider, being a leader. These aren't just old-fashioned values. They're part of our DNA as men. But something's working against us. And that's the constant attacks being waged on our testosterone levels. That's right. The core hormone that makes us who we are as men could be getting hit from all angles. Processed foods, environmental toxins, the constant stress of modern life. But here's what recent clinical research has discovered. All those attacks could culminate and arise in your stress hormone called cortisol. That could be blocking your natural testosterone from reaching its potential. Think about it. Your body wants to be strong and vital and powerful, but it's being held back. That's why our friends at Sculpt Nation developed Test Boost. They've created something that works with your body's natural processes using 8 powerful natural ingredients to help you reclaim what's rightfully yours. We're talking about getting back to being the man you're meant to be. Their customers are reporting what real men want: more strength, better performance, improved energy levels. No weak, watered-down solution, just natural ingredients that work. Take back your masculine edge right now. Go to sculptnation.com/Lionel and save up to 51% off your first order. That's sculptnation.com/Lionel. The link in the description section is provided. Go there now. Don't wait. This deal could expire soon, and you've got nothing to lose with their money-back guarantee. One more time, sculptnation.com/Lionel. Last night was we started at 7 o'clock, about 1:30, about 6 hours, 6.5 hours. I don't even know. worth it. I will never forget it. I want to say something. I still want you to understand something. It is about you, ladies and gentlemen, my friends. It is about you. This is the most important thing. It is simply about you. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. This was about you, my friends. This is it. So much to go. So much for us to think about. So much for us to review. And remember, we're going to spend some time. And there's this thing saying, and I want you to understand this in a nice way. I want you to be ruthless. I want you to enjoy what victory is. I want you to, we need a trophy. Why do you think punters have trophies? It's not because this is to remind us we did this. They went after this man with what, hammer and tongs? Didn't let him go. And I want you to savor this. Listen to the psychobabble.
It's a state that I think Democrats definitely were reaching for. There was a.
When I see this woman's face, a part of me dies. A part of me dies. I know this may sound a bit odd to you, but I want to share this. I so despise these people. You have literally no idea how I despise these people. This is the enemy of us, an enemy of liberty. Listen to this.
A lot of work to try to turn out the college campuses, which were really thick and really packed, and try to turn.
They hire her to spew this diarrhea-like nothing, this logorrhea. Now you know where Kamala gets it
out
from.
The suburbs, and I think there was a lot of hope because of just the insanity.
No, she sucked. This is the thing, which is they cannot bring themselves to say this. They had no candidate. They never did. Listen to whom she blames. White women, white people.
Can we say fairly of the person who's running for governor in that state, and a thought that, defeating him would also carry Harris in. But in the end, if they didn't make their numbers and essentially exceed the numbers that Joe Biden had in the suburbs.
This is why they lose. They don't understand. It's never their fault. It's some other countervailing extraneous force, racism and white nationalism. It's utter balderdash, but I love this. Smile.
And I think we have to be blunt about why.
Please be blunt, and then I'll be blunt right after you. You go ahead, honey.
Black voters came through for Kamala Harris. White women voters did not.
How do you know? You haven't even looked at the numbers. I got news for you. The people who come through for you more than any are the white, single, democratic, or woke, whatever you want. These are the people. She doesn't even know what she's saying. She doesn't need, I don't want to say the cat ladies and all this, but believe me, she doesn't even know. She's just making this race. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about.
That is what it appears happened in that state, is that if you can't flip enough white women, and we've talked about this on this set numerous times, is that you have a state where you've got a 6-week abortion or 12-week abortion. I think theirs might be 12 weeks. But it's a state where women lost their reproductive rights, where there was a very heavy push to get women to focus on not putting in place, re-electing, putting back into the White House the person who was responsible for taking those rights away and restoring them. But that message obviously was not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy. And, God bless Shannon Watts, who has tried to have that conversation. But if people aren't receptive to it, and if people vote more, party line or more on race than on gender and on protecting their gender, there's really not much more that you can do but tell people what the risks are and leave it to them to do the right thing.
Not a clue. Not a freaking clue. This is why these people, if they can't swipe it, they will gripe it. Hey, there you go. It's incredible. Here's my favorite too. Let's watch some great ones. This is this guy, Van Jones. I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind this. You don't mind if I have a little schadenfreude, do you? And by the way, Raul says, I can breathe freely. Oh, yes, Raul. We've been through this, brother man. Listen to Van Jones. This is another one. This guy's got some serious. Let's leave it at that. Here's Van Jones.
What I remember is the people who said that he was a Hitler lover weren't Democrats. They were Republicans.
Who? Wait a minute. What? Hitler? The Republicans said this?
People who said that he was a fascist weren't Democrats. They were Republicans who worked for him.
Is it? Wait. What? What? The 2 or 3 of those miserable ex-military types, Mattis and Kelly and others, they're the ones? This is absolute Orwellian. This is nonsense. Watch this.
And so it's not just these elite Democrats over here, poisoning the well. You had a pretty broad consensus from Chomsky to the Cheneys, that was very, very concerned and remains concerned. And so,
but he won.
I think it's not just on us to stop calling names. I think it's up to him to, as Allison said, with deeds show that he's not going to be those things.
Well, but he won. He won. So does as you say, the Hitler message work? What are you saying? What are you saying? This is just fill in the void. We got an hour to go. Say anything. Just say something, Van. Say something. Because what you're also going to see is the end of CNN. The end of this. It's over. The rules have changed. Watch this. Here's another one too. Look at this. Look at Peppermint Patty here. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. Dig this.
A big, huge part of the story that it's hard to even digest fully at this moment. Apparently. But you have Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, X, who is a disinformation propagandist and now could potentially have a direct line to the Oval Office.
Que cojones? You represent a group of people who have been a part of this rat's nest of disinformation by virtue of you and Soros. Shall we go down the list? And everybody else. MSDNC, CNN. And you worked in concert with the government through lawfare. You were there changing the narrative, focusing the narrative, doing everything. And now you have the unmitigated cojones to say this. Unmitigated. They don't even understand their narrative in this. It's beautiful. Oh, but it gets better. You want to really laugh now? This says it all. This says it all. Maybe I'm missing the point, but have you ever seen the conservative or the Republican version of this?
I hate to be the person that gets on here and cries.
No, you don't.
But this could...
Go ahead, come on.
This could break me and my parents apart.
This could break you and your parents apart. This.
Because they just don't understand what they voted for and like what it means and the bigotry and hatred that they stand behind.
You will never be married. You will never have a family. You will never have any responsibility because you are mentally ill. You are suffering and laboring under a degree of insanity that really can't be put into words.
Like, I'm trying to be a good person. I'm not Catholic like they are, which
I don't know what this means, but you're in a kitchen talking into a phone.
It's ironic because it's like religion's supposed to make you love.
And this is the idea where we're showing your emotion, this effusive, childlike lacrimating, this juvenescent, bilious nonsense somehow endears us. Somehow provides your bona fides as a feeling human being. This is where we are today. Answer a question. Have you ever seen conservatives go this? Have you? Why is this the province only of these children?
But I could see it
like what?
Breaking me and my parents apart because
this is going to break you apart.
Don't get it, and they don't get that they voted for someone who's going to make my friends' lives hell.
Really?
My life's okay. I'm a white woman, but my friends are not going to be okay.
She's a white woman. You're not okay. This is absolute, positively ceremonial, orchestrated, choreographed lunacy. This is a mass conversion, mass hysteria. This is ceremonial, scrum-like lunacy. Brad Rung says, when will the cabinet be announced? Brad, take it easy. He hasn't even been. just take it easy. I love you, man. I love you. Not yet. Don't make sure we get everything squared away. Get sworn in. They're not done yet. Hang on, Brad. Hang on, buddy boy. Hang on. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. EDAF says, I can't wait to watch The View for the first time ever today. We're all watching The View. Or I'm going to see it later on. I don't want to watch it because I don't want to give them the numbers. Watch this. Watch Mr. Jennings put everything into perspective. I love this feller. I really do.
Mandate has won the national popular vote for the first time for a Republican for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do.
Popular vote.
Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans. Fix immigration.
Yep.
Try to get crime under control. Try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the revenge of just the regular old working class American, the anonymous American who has been crushed, insulted, condescended to.
Yes, sir.
They're not garbage.
Yes, sir.
They're not Nazis. They're just regular people who get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids, and they feel like they have been told to just shut up.
That's right.
When they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives.
100%.
I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks, and the story that was portrayed was not true.
That's right.
I mean, we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election. Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz and the camo hats. Night after night after night.
Look at Van Jones.
We were told all these things and gimmicks were going to somehow push Harris over the line. And we were just ignoring the fundamentals. Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election. And so I think that both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who cover elections and talk about elections and do this on a day-to-day basis, we have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said, we've had enough.
Okay. Let me address this if I could. Okay. Peter, by the way, says she'll have her cats. That's correct. George Len says, we'll now have to see some prosecutions here. Just a second. Hang on a minute. We'll wait. Just a minute here. Just a minute. Couple of things here. Number one, stop over analyzing this. Now, I know this is terrible to say this. We don't know why people voted. I don't really care. Is it because of inflation? Is it because we've been called names? I don't know. How about the number one reason for this? First of all, it was not a landslide, whatever that means. There were people who voted for her. She got some states. Okay, so just remember that. That's fine. The number one reason why she had nothing, and to show you how corrupt it is, and to show you what you should be very scared about, is the Democratic Party said, look how well we did with somebody who said nothing. Imagine somebody next time with the Gavin Newsom. I don't want to steal your happiness, but you should be very frightened here. Imagine what happens next time with a Gavin Newsom. Imagine somebody who is good, somebody who is literate, somebody who can say something. She was a dumbass. Sparky, ladies and gentlemen, says their news sources feed these people the pure BS that feeds their insanity. They think that if they don't get the facts from Rachel Maddow or the CIA curated Facebook feed, then it's fake news. This is true. This is true. Sparky, my friend, we've been through a lot. You probably know that your particular views, and by the way, the Middle East, Israel, played no role in this at all. None. Not the campus, nothing. Not Ukraine. It was complete. Listen, I just want you to understand something. You, my friend, by other people, are viewed as some kind of anti-Semitic, vile, as many people, because you are viewed by people as being a Hamas supporter. Now, that, of course, is ridiculous, but this is what we're dealing with right now. I have a friend of mine who I will never, ever talk about this. I will text him. I will send him great clips from the Johnny Carson show, a joke, a picture of something. I will not even address this. And it's driving him crazy because he was telling me, Trump did this and Trump did this, and how can you do this? And I said, they're eating cats in Springfield. And I drove him crazy. Do not respond. I want you today to go out of your way to drive people crazy. Extra Mile says, had a great time last night with you and Mrs. L. Oh, we did too. We did too. Remember today, act like this will drive people crazy. What happens? She wasn't going to win. I knew that. Anyway, let's go. You want to get something to eat? Don't you talk about this? No. Well, what do you think about it? Think about what? I think, of course she lost. She never said anything. You know that. We all knew that. They didn't have anything. They didn't want her to win. What? They didn't want her to win. You know who the happiest guy in the world today is? Joe Biden. Joe Biden. No. Helen Hunt's forehead said, I'll never doubt Uncle Lenny again. Now, listen, I hate this. I told you. In 2020, I lost so many friends. People went crazy. I saw it. I felt it. I recognize this. Here's Sparky, who says Gaza played a part in Michigan, but Michigan didn't play as large a role as people thought it would. No. Sparky, you've got to understand something. Did you see Zelensky's on Twitter? Or X rather. He said whatever it was. Look, let me explain something to you. I know what I'm talking about. George says, in retrospect, the cutting room event was early. Yeah, well, it was 10 days before the election. I don't know how timing, but 10 days before the election, but we call that one, right? Also, we have one in February. I want to remind you of this in February. So just check. We'll let you know about this one. But remember, put everything back into perspective. Americans don't care about the Middle East or Gaza or Palestinian Authority or Israel or Netanyahu or Likud. They don't care about that. They don't care about anything involving Zelensky and Ukraine or Putin. And they don't care about abortion. America doesn't care about abortion. Sparky says, I was pessimistic, but I'm glad I was wrong. Oh, no, listen, I'm always frustrated by what people don't care about, but I know this. I told you once, I love analogies. I told you there's a kid's diet that kids love. I know what they love. Hot dogs, pizza, cake, ice cream. That's it. You want to have a party? Hot dogs and pizza. You give a kid hot dogs, they love hot dogs for some reason. Hamburger, hot dogs and pizza, you go crazy. They go nuts. They go crazy. Cake, is it good for them? Not really, but I know they don't like that. America doesn't care about abortion. America knows. Nobody gets up in the morning and says, what about abortion? 99.9, I'll bet you nobody here. I'm just saying, ever had an abortion. You can go into a group of people, you can go in a group of 1,000 people, and at any time have nobody who's ever had an abortion, or nobody who knows anybody who's had an abortion. Edie says, I have lost family and friends, but I still have you all. Edie, you will always have us. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about geoengineering. Nobody cares about UFOs. Nobody cares about this stuff. We care about this. Nobody cares about CBDC. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about this. Our good friend Edith says, so you're saying I should cancel my appointment to get Trump's head tattooed to cover my head? Okay, fine. Well, you know my thoughts on tattoos. But this is called post hoc rationalization. And I'm telling you, accident reconstruction. Accident reconstruction. We see this mess of steel. Brad says, by the way, been a great 4 years now. Love you, Lionel Nation. Rung, we love you too, brother. We love you so much. Accident reconstruction. Skid marks. Skid marks. Collision. Braking. Pavement. Okay, that's what happened. This car was going maybe this one was speeding. That's about it. What caused them to change their attention? I don't know. Did they lose focus? I don't know. Did they? I don't know. 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 But I do know this is what happened. Types of death. NASH. Natural, accidental, suicide, homicide, or unexplained. What happens? I don't know. Who killed him? I don't know. But this is a homicide. Who did it? I don't know. Why they want it? I don't know. We can try to reconstruct all we want with this stuff, but it doesn't really matter. Tony says, cheers, Uncle Lenny. I'll be dancing all day. Oh, I will. I cannot wait to talk to friends of mine. You have no idea. Friends of mine who just are going to be going absolutely berserk over this. Absolutely. They're going to be going berserk. Anyway, there's this, let me see. Oh God, there's so much. I've been getting texts all night. We've been up all night. This has been one of the joyous events ever. Somebody actually wrote me and said, is there a site? By the way, coming soon, Scream 2. This is the most important thing. I can't believe also how little people understand still about the electoral college. But let me tell you some big winners. This guy.
Nobody deserves this more than his family does. This is what happens when the machine comes after you. What you've seen over the last several years, this is what it looks like. Couldn't stop him. He keeps going forward. He doesn't quit.
Check out that Lara Trump. Lara, lay off the work. Take it easy. You're a young woman, for the love of God.
He's the most resilient, hardworking man I've ever met in my life. His family are incredible people. This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve it as a family.
She's scaring me right now. Seriously. Lara, enough.
I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelk Boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Bustin' with the Boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan. And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
Remember, it wasn't Joe Rogan's endorsement that mattered. It was the fact that he had him on his show. That was the story. You got that?
Actually project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
The former president's comeback will be complete with a win in Wisconsin, a state that he narrowly lost 4 years ago. He is now the second president in U.S. history to win non-consecutive terms. The first was Grover Cleveland in the late 1800s.
We know.
Senator J.D. Vance will become the 50th vice president of the United States.
Don't you hate this? Like, do you think we are retarded? We know this. And he will eventually become what is called the president of the United States, or the commander-in-chief. He will then relocate back to the White House, where he will assume... Okay, thank you. This is where they're trying their best to show you Brett Baer was more than anything made up for his horrible calling Florida to
Voters express deep frustration with the Biden administration, and former President Trump and the future President Trump overperformed in urban areas.
We know this.
Particularly with men, proving that the strategy that they
You don't know this yet.
And tripled down on over the course of the last few months absolutely succeeded and brought him back to the White House.
Talking about overperformed with men. Stop this. Stop this. Gustave Le Bon, watch Murmurations. Don't try to compartmentalize. When you look at a mosaic, when you look at something, when you say, wow, look at this, you say, well, it's overperformance of greens and blues. No, it's a collective. Stop trying to give us this. This is why Fox News is dead, because of this hackneyed John Cameron Swayze, Douglas Edwards nonsense. That's not what happened. I've told you this a gazillion times. My God. Christian Delormes of Vinyl Revival says, now that Trump has been elected, watch the Canadian politicians find their courage and tackle the tough issues too. I hope so. Sparky says, unwed birth doesn't carry nearly the stigma as it did in the 1970s. So the abortion issue doesn't have the political gravitas that it used to. Even assisted by hype, it doesn't matter this time. But more important, but that's very true. But more important, listen to what I'm saying. People know it's not going to be illegal. It's not. Nobody ever thought that you're not going to be able to get an abortion. Let me say this again. It's not an issue because nobody ever thought you won't be able to get an abortion. Now, let me stop right now and remind you of two things, okay? Number one, dear friends, I want you to listen, and I want you to listen carefully, and I want you to pay close attention to me. Do not lose focus on the enemy, okay? I'm only going to say this again. I have been telling you, they are going to plan. We had Antifa last night. They're not going. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know. Let us not remember. Just God bless you. Lock the door. Do you have a guard dog at home? Good. Lock the door. Do you have a weapon at home? Good. Lock the door. Okay. Get a ring. Just because things are a little bit better doesn't mean that there are other ways to get around this. They are going to plan something. I told you. Uncle Lenny told you this before, and I'm telling you again. I know what I'm talking about. I've been right about this. I know it. I don't go out on the limb. All you can do is hedge your bets. Think about this as like crypto and Bitcoin for survival. Prepare with Lionel.com. Do it now. These people are furious. They are so pissed off. They're picking up the phone, and I'm telling you, remember what I'm saying. There's going to be another dock strike. They didn't settle it. They suspended it. Okay, you got that? And one more thing. Did you see this fellow last night? Mike Lindell and Rudy Giuliani together? Oh, my God. Hardcore patriots, whatever they've done, they never gave up. I want you to go to mypillow.com, promo code Lionel, and you buy everything they've got. Great products. Wonderful. We have to support ourselves, my friend. Okay? Now, let me say something. Everybody wants to come up with something really deep. I'm telling you. Nonillions is 9 commas larger than a billion. That many times. Wow. Well, thank you for that, crypto. Ryan says, even though they may disagree with the dissolution of Roe versus Wade, people vote on their immediate needs. Abortion ain't one of them. And let me also tell you, there is not a constitutional right to an abortion. There is not a constitutional right to sodomy. There is not a constitutional right to homosexuality or heterosexuality. there is not a constitutional right to marriage. It's not mentioned. There's anti-miscegenation laws. The Supreme Court did in Loving. There is not a right against this. This is the most important. Remember, everything you need to know is this. This is one of the things which is the most important. Things that are not covered by the Constitution. The Air Force, congressional districts, the Electoral College, executive orders, executive privilege, freedom of expression, freedom of speech and the press, absolute. From each according to his ability. God is not mentioned. Immigration is not mentioned. Impeachment, meaning removal from office. Innocent until proven guilty. It's a free country. Judicial review. Jury of your peers. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Marriage. Martial law. No taxation without representation. Number of justices in the Supreme Court of the people, by the people. Paper money. Political parties. Primary elections. Qualifications for judges. The right to privacy. The right to travel. The right to vote. Separation of church and state, the separation of powers clause, slavery. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Order. It's not there. This is the thing we got to teach people. We got to go back into schools and say, understand what this document is. They're trying to tell you for some particular reason that for reasons I shan't understand. There's this idea that somehow you're, I guess, unable to appreciate these rights. It doesn't exist. So aside from that, it's not there. Like climate change. Nobody cares about climate change. Nobody cares about it. Friends don't talk about it. It's ridiculous. You and I talked after your show and we both agreed that we would win. Our only fear was that they would bend the rules. They tried and they failed. Victory indeed. Prometheus says, bring back public school civics. Taught by whom? What civics? Do you want somebody heavily tatted with nose rings and to teach civics? I don't. Be careful what you ask for. These people will say, okay, we'll teach you civics. Now, how about this? This is absolute. There's a word called chicken shit. It's an expression in our country. And this was it.
Won't hear from the vice president tonight.
Who's this clown?
But you will hear from her tomorrow. She will be back here tomorrow.
Well, they're not going to
address not only the HU family, not only to address her supporters, but to address the nation. So thank you. We believe in you. May God bless you. May God keep you. And go HU and go Harris.
Go Harris.
Thank you all.
Can you believe this? This is the leadership. I feel sorry for these people.
Here at Howard,
look at this.
Here at Howard, we do see people leaving here, and we understand that campaign chair Jen O'Malley Dillon released a statement to their team, and I'll just read you part of what she said. We've been saying for weeks that this race might not be called tonight. Those of you who are around in 2020 know this well. It takes time for all the votes to be counted, and all the votes will be counted. That's how our system works. What we do know is this race is not going to come into focus until the early morning hours.
No, it's not.
That is Jen O'Malley Dillon, the campaign chair for Harris for president, saying they do not believe that they will have a result tonight.
What are you talking about?
We understand the vice president is holding at the Naval Observatory. We do
Unbelievable.
not know what's happening here. What was supposed to be a party, but of course we will be here and watch the votes come in, just like everyone else. Of course, the Harris.
This is the same thing that other lunatic and loser Hillary Clinton did. Same thing. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. No class. Absolutely no class. Doesn't it just make you think, my God, do they not know what they're doing? Do they literally not know what they're doing? Do they literally not know what they're doing? Everybody knows that you always look. There's something so wonderful and so proud about somebody who says, I've sent, who was it? We've seen this before. My congratulations. We are Americans, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, for the future, this is your chance. This is your chance in the future to say, and remember, I want you to wonder, God bless America. God bless. This is smooth in transition. I called President Trump and blah, blah, blah. And that's what you do. Laura says, Scott Pressler made a self-deprecating remark about his virility. This broke my heart. With his courage, leadership, and selflessness, he's the avatar of manliness. A contemporary knight. Go to X and thank him. Laura, let me tell you something. I don't understand this thing, and maybe you can kind of help me. One of the things that people talk about in terms of virility, we always talk about this, the notion of testosterone, is not the ability to maintain tumescence, if you know what I'm talking about, or turgidity, or to have a perfusion of the corpus cavernosa. I know this is what you were thinking. It means to have guts and a backbone. And Pressler is absolutely one of the toughest mofos I have ever seen. Ken Griffin says, Harris now reads the votes to Congress. Glorious. She is such an absolute. Oh, by the way, remember this. Somebody wrote this. No more George Soros. Are you kidding me? But he's been outdone. It's a whole new world. There's so much going on tonight. There's so much that these idiots like, the Van Joneses would say. I guarantee you there is not one of you wonderful people today right now who voted for President Trump because of a particular reason. It was a no-brainer. You didn't think about it for a moment. The first thing you got to say is, am I going to vote or not? Some people didn't want to vote. There she is. Lori Cuck says, I've been butt naked drinking beer. Bless your heart. Lori says she was going to dance through the neighborhood nude. You know why you voted for him. Did you ever give it any thought? No. Seriously, did you vote for him? No. I mean, for a reason? No. Was there one overarching reason? No. No. Did you vote for him? Was there one particular reason? No. Not one particular reason, not one thing, not one event. No. I don't even know what this thing means. It's like, is it because of inflation? Partly. I wish somebody would just go on these shows. There he is. Christian Janice Buzz's heart says, Kamala will have to certify Trump's victory. She will. She'll do it. She will look and she will act, whatever it was. I wish somebody would turn to Van Jones and say, Van, she sucked. She was awful. And Joy Reid, it's not about black women. She was an idiot. You know it, and I know it. You know it. You couldn't have heard her say when I'm from the middle class. Come on, stop it. And don't ever forget Peanut. Don't ever forget Peanut and Fred. You think I'm kidding? Let's go through this, my friends. Let's go through this. Essie Mack has been through it. You've been with this. Look at this. You've been with this little lady since the beginning. I want you to go down and just tell me right now. I'm going to send each of you, theoretically, along with George Lenz, who says, The MSM unraveling is remarkable to witness. Oh, that's a part of it. Well, but this is going far. This is from the C-suites. This is collapsing. This is far more important than this. But I want you to do this. I'm going to be giving people the chance to report. Lisa PM says, I just wanted a leader who loves our country. Easy choice. Yes, there's really no reason other than to say, look what's happening. Mowerman USA says the worm has turned and this worm will never forget. I will soon take a break from Uncle Lenny to celebrate with some musical stylings in my office. Loud enough for all to hear. The stars and stripes forever, and proud to be an American. Beautiful. Mowerman, thank you. Absolutely, thank you. I'm going to put some Aaron Copland fanfare for the common man. I'm going to little hoedown. Some wonderful music from that wonderful soundtrack from the Pacific. So this is about you. Anyway, but here's my question. Thought experiment. I'm going to give each of you the chance to go out. I'm going to send a sound crew and I'm going to pick camera crew. And you get the chance to get the reaction of anybody you want. What radical left lunatic would you want to be interviewing today? Spandex says now President DJT must dust off the Constitution, show no quarter and take scalps. Absolutely. Show a viciousness. Who wants to take whom? Lori Cuck says Trump took the hoe down. I love it. Look at you. Who would you want to go and say? Would it be Robert De Niro? Faye says Whoopi Goldberg. Trudeau passport is about to get revoked. Liz Cheney. Who? Name the person. Adam Schiff. Joy Behar for me. Joy Behar. Joy Behar. Bette Midler. Bette Midler, I haven't seen her. De Niro is mine. Interview the entire View. AOC. AOC is kind of knows as Oprah. Oprah, you didn't do a damn thing. Also, Barry Obama, you didn't do a goddamn thing. Michelle Obama, nothing. Worthless. Clooney, worthless. Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, nothing. Didn't work. Nothing. You suck. Absolutely, all of you. Julia Roberts. You know who's laughing his ass off? Biden. What they did to Biden. Go down the list. Go down the list. Harrison Ford. Right here, Harrison. Just pick the one you want. Mark Cuban. Oh my God. Mark Cuban. Maybe he can double up on the injections and become Marcella Cuban or something. I don't know what the hell his problem is. Something very strange happened. And now the apotheosis, the beatification, the canonization, the elevation, the Elon Musk is God. This new stable of stars, Dana White, who I'm sure he'll be in charge of maybe, I don't know, physical education, kind of the way Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're through. And you know who's scared out of his mind? Diddy. Springsteen. Hey, buddy, this is Bruce Springsteen. I'm like, shut up. Born to run. Run the hell out of here. Get out of here. Beat it. Beyonce, Jay-Z, nothing. You are nothing. None of it matters. Elon, Dana White, Vivek Ramaswamy, Tulsi Gabbard, J.D. Vance, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. There's never been a deeper, and I'm telling you right now, forget what you thought before. Somebody get Megyn Kelly in here. Somebody get Tucker Carlson here, and up yours, Fox News. Sparky says, because of natural resources, U.S. can get by without the rest of the world like Brazil and Iran can. So the world ostracizing the U.S. may work out because we need to focus on U.S. infrastructure. Absolutely. Absolutely. And immediately pick up the phone and say, hello, Bibi, yes, it's over. Thank you. Hello, Zelensky. Yes, it's over. Figure it out. Figure it out. Go to other countries have weapons. Buy their weapons from them. We're going to work on here. We're going to work on roads and dams, plain old things like dams and bridges and picking up garbage and doing stuff that we're supposed to do. Just plain old government stuff. It's over for you. You don't understand it. It's over. It's a new world, ladies and gentlemen. It's a brand new world. It's not just an expression. Everything's changing drastically. Edie says, will they let poor Joe say a word? Joe is laughing his ass off. And you don't understand something. Barack Obama, this was his idea. He's nothing. It's over for them. Bill Clinton, Hillary, Bill Clinton. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. CNN, MSDNC, it's over with. It's like grief counselors for weird cat ladies. I love that expression. You know why? Because it bothers them. Remember, you only take flack when you're over the target. You only take flack when you're over the target. These weird, strange people, these odd people, the Madonnas, the left. And we have a new, quote, right, black people, Amish people, Chinese people. We saw this in Queens this past weekend. Hip hoppers, gay people from all over the planet. It's another world. And he did it. What is he, 78 years old? And he did it. He was up last night till what? He was up the night before till 2 a.m. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. I don't know. And there he is. There he is. There he is. There she is. OA says, I want Trump to stop the war in Ukraine ASAP. One of the reasons why is very simply this. OA, Vladimir Putin sent the olive branch years ago to Zelensky, and Boris Johnson, at the behest of NATO, told him no. That has nothing to do with Vladimir Putin. It has nothing to do with the expansion of the Soviet Union or the reconfiguration or reestablishment or reconstitution. That's absolutely nuts. What are you talking about? It doesn't exist. This was merely about NATO, this anachronistic money-making object. If you run NATO, you have to buy their equipment, their items, their stuff. Christian Delorme says, watch the B-Town Bridge be built on time and under budget. Yes? Is this the B-Town? Is this the, would this be the one in D.C. we're talking about, I believe? Lori Cook says, welcome to the conspiratorium. Blue blood. Oh, this is it. This is a whole nother world. Zaslav is picking up the phone and saying, the world is saying, you want to change the world? Go streaming. Go platform. Go Rogan. Go rogue. Go Rogan. This is what it is. This is everything changes today. This is the death knell. This is the end of it. I can't say this enough. I can't put this into words enough. I can't explain to you enough how things have changed absolutely, positively, drastically, in ways and in measurements you will not be able to appreciate it. You will not be able to grasp it. And people like the Van Jones and the worlds don't get it either. Ladies and gentlemen, Nubian Stone says, hello from South Africa. I'm so happy for you guys. I look forward to seeing Mr. Trump in action. Thank you. And don't forget, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. BRICS plus 6. I want to stop all of this stuff. I want to go to Russia and the rest of Europe and say, we are sorry for what we've done. Sparky says, a civilian conversation corps type program might provide practical training and experience for outer Mongolian lesbian interpretive dance majors to transition to the reindustrialization of the U.S. Here. We're laughing at these people. You're going to see the end of this trans horror, end of men competing in women's sports, an end to this lunacy. It's done. And you're going to see a whole nother group of people look and say, this was a referendum about common sense, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to listen to me. Not that my feelings matter. I am spent. Pierce says, already a demo in London tomorrow against Trump. Bring it on. Free speech. Please. Do you know what the worst thing would be, Pierre? The worst thing? No demonstration. No demonstration. If I don't hear screams from these people, I'm wasting my time. If I don't hear screams, I'm wasting my time. A WBM says, Lionel, you and the missus were great last night. Still haven't gone to sleep. I don't know how she does it. We had more fun last night being with you. Absolutely more fun. Conservation Corps, not Conversation Corps. No, I think, either one, or the Conspiratorium Corps. I want to go back and I want the president to go after and look at geoengineering and stop that. Stop the spraying. I want to go back and I want to look at not only 9/11, but I want to go back and reopen 9/11. I want to go JFK. I want everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want to go back and I want everything reopened. I want everything reopened. This is not about just a few things. I want us to peel back the scab. Peel back the scab. Peel back the scab. Let the purulence, let the pustule empty. I'm serious. Drain this boil. Drain this purulent, this fungating, putrescent, not lymphedemic, but this herpetic boil, this furuncle, this wen, this blackhead, this comedome. Let us squeeze this putrescent blackhead of leftism. Squeeze it. Let it hit the mirror in this spaghetti-like spiral. Let it hit and a plop. And let's go and get that cyst sac out. Let us go and let us at the root. And then cauterize it so it never grows back. Let us kill the margins so it never grows back. Let us forever stitch it up so it never grows back. Sparky says, I was talking reindustrialization, not transsexuals. How did you miss this point? No, I'm talking about transsexual. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about transsexual. I want to reindustrialize the transsexual. I want people to say we are never going to see this. We're going to go back to gay and lesbian and straight. And I'm going to put this straight, this hetero in these initials. LGBT, LHGBT, whatever. I want rational thought, ladies and gentlemen. I want to bring back us to normalcy. I want us to bring us back to this notion of complete and total financial normalcy. There are people who are screaming in debt. People are saying, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Help us. In the meantime, listen to what I'm saying. In the meantime, for those friends of yours, people that you know who are just swimming, who are barely able to make it, who don't know what to do, who are just feeling like they are just being confounded and strangled by debt, this very important word. Listen to this. New reports reveal that the average person has $8,674 in credit card debt. Plus, the total average consumer debt is a shocking $104,215 between mortgages, auto loans, student loans, credit cards, and unsecured loans. Unfortunately, without outside assistance, Many will continue digging themselves deeper and deeper into the hole of debt. I've advised and counseled friends and clients for years who want to take back control of individual debt about this secret weapon that has helped so many consolidate everything owed into one affordable monthly payment. They even helped negotiate a settlement agreement that will allow you to pay less than the total balance. Listen, they settled over $275 million in debt, and they've helped people become debt-free in an average of 28 months. I've had such an incredible experience referring clients and friends that I wanted to partner with them here and introduce their services to you, my loyal Lionel Nation family. If you want a helping hand to get out of debt, I absolutely, positively, and strenuously recommend booking a free consultation now by going to nodebtwithlionel.com. Look at the address. Once again, that's nodebtwithlionel.com. Use the link I've provided under the title. Listen to me. You can take control and learn how to get out of debt now. I want you to do me a favor. I think we're going to be doing something different. I'm going to be looking and watching for the first time, maybe The View, maybe, though maybe I shouldn't do that because I don't want my numbers to go accordingly. But I might be doing this. I might be doing it. Next, I want you all to remember one thing. Have you completely thrown polling away? Have you completely forgotten polling? Have you done this? What have you learned? Number one, there is a new America. There is a new coalition. Next, the left-right paradigm doesn't make any difference. It's a waste of time, a complete and total waste of time. Okay? Think about this. Crypto says, remove fluoridation from the nation's drinking water. Absolutely. When you have to ask, when you don't recognize the fact, or you ask the question, why does the government care so much about our teeth? If you don't see what's going on with that, nothing will help you. The left-right paradigm is over. More people have come to Donald Trump. And remember one thing. Is he a different person? Perhaps. The world is a different person. The world is a different person. It's a completely different situation. ZT Den says, thank you, men. Thank you for saving this nation once again. Thank you for showing up and showing out yesterday. Our men won this election. Well, there you go. Our men indeed. I am so excited. I would not be allowed on these sets because I am seeing things that they are not. And I am seeing things completely differently. I see the world changing drastically. I see the world changing in ways that they did not anticipate. I see the world the way I like it, to get rid of these stupid parties. These parties mean nothing. To understand, to bring people together in this coalition, and all of the folks, all of the rappers, all of these men and women who came forward, all the people who went on social media, who told the world, I'm with Trump, who wore hats and wore shirts and risked violence. It was, they had enough. And also, you will never hear this, the number of Black Americans who rejected Kamala, who was Black or Asian or a woman or whatever. This will take time for us, ladies and gentlemen, today to work through. But let me say this first of all. I started off with this and I'm going to say it again. This is about you. The courage that you showed, we will never know what you've been through. To our friends around the world who couldn't vote or aren't citizens, but our friends around the world who were a part of this, who supported us, who supported this notion called truth. And for you who every single day came in, day out, there you were, a part of this. And you never gave up hope. We were here together. Remember when I was saying 100 days, 200 days? This is a while back, and we would talk about this. And I kept saying to you, and you kept saying to me, we're going to encourage each other. We're going to prop each other up. And you were there. You never gave up. Remember, the 5th of November. And those people, that Democratic Party, has been so hurt, so harmed, they will never be able to recover from this for a long time. They put this imbecile, this absolute imbecilic, cretinous Boeotian in charge who said nothing. They pushed aside a man who was clearly the choice of the party, a man who absolutely, positively was there and was standing there, whether you liked him or not. And they said no. They pushed him aside. The lying, the prevarication, those people are lost. It's time for us to open up a flap of the tent and say, come on back in. Christian said, you kept our spirits up here in the nation. Thank you, Lionel. I only reflected what I thought was the truth. I told you in 2020, I made a lot of enemies because I was saying I didn't see this. It just wasn't happening. It was a different time. But that's in the past. That's over with. It's time for us to say, listen, we have a new party. It's the MAGA party. Lori says, we ain't going back. Party on, y'all. Absolutely. Listen to what I'm saying. And we're going to be talking about it. We need a MAGA party. We need something that says, forget this left and Liz Cheney's a Republican. Stop this. These things. I want you to listen to me very carefully too. I want us to have leaders and not funny soundbite people like John Kennedy. Stop it. You may think he's great. You may think he's funny. He doesn't do a damn thing for me. Jim Jordan, all these people. They have to deliver something. Seriously deliver something. And I guarantee you, Elon Musk has done more to protect us and to preserve free speech than anything else. Howie Brown says CNN new poll result. Who's too extreme? Trump 64%, Harris 20%. CNN is coping hard today. We don't care. You're not going to be seeing them very soon. CNN will eventually be put into some weird kind of an online platform, some streaming thing, and then it'll eventually be like CNN, maybe a pay service or something. It's over with. Sparky says, Biden administration drove the rest of the world together against the U.S., bringing harmony to the rest of the world. If Trump can patch things up with the rest of the world, we may achieve peace. You know, Sparky, there's one thing that you and I think would agree with. Trump has an uncanny genius when it comes to IR, to international relations. I think he gets it. And I think he understands, he loves the idea of tariffs, and they laugh at him. You can't do a tariff. Why not? Tariffs drove these people the craziest. Tariffs make the most sense. Tariffs are things he understood implicitly. He understood this from the beginning. So anyway, let's do this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, America. Thank you, world. Thank you. Hardworking, indefatigable patriots. You. Thank you. Elon Musk, thank you very much. We did it. To the people who stood in line, for the people who were part of the crowd, part of the matting crowd, for those who were part of the scrum, part of the murmuration, for those people who voted, for those who kept doing it, for those who knocked on doors, for those who did every, who kept fighting, who said, I'm not going to give up. For those of you who were told you can't come to birthday parties, can't come to Thanksgivings, can't come to Christmas events or holiday events or Hanukkah events or whatever. You can't do this. Take that hat off. Take that pen off. For those individually, for those who tweeted, the power of the tweet, thank you. Sparky, thank you. How did the U.S. government exist before the income tax? Interesting. 1913, it all changed. How did all that happen? Income tax is confiscatory. It is nothing but a legal form of slavery. So thank you. Remember, I'm serious. You're not listening to me. You think about this. It's you. The power of you is what did it. So my friends, I want to thank you so much. You have made us so happy. Sparky, we've been through a lot, my friend. Howie Brown, Lori Cuck, Christian Janice, ZT Den, Crypto Domini, Mark Thomas, WBM Fishman, Pierre, thank you in the UK. I guess you're in the UK. Nubian Stone, Lori, OA, Edie Crowley, bless you, Edie. Spandex, Mowerman USA, Lisa PM, George Lenz, Kim Griffith, Laura, Prometheus Forever, Ryan, Tony Dash, Mr. Rung, Edav, let me see, Helen Hunt's Forehead, Extra Mile, Peter, Mr. Oplin, and Raul Rodriguez. We thank you immensely. Thank you for everything. In fact, George King says, happy DJT win, but my dating life will stay bad. Remember, you will find someone, there are more people who think like us, who don't even know they think like us. Thank you, dear friends. Relax. I'm going to just kind of decompress today, try, but I'm going to be reading. Follow me on Lionel Media. Sicilian Boogeyman, thank you, my friend. Lionel Media on X. I'm going to drive people crazy with my tweets and the like. I'm going to drive them nuts. Okay, my friends? Have a great and a glorious day. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, America. Thank you, rational thinking. And thank you. Remember, it's about you. You did it. Not Elon Musk. Not Dana White. Not Tucker. You did it. We're it. Remember, there are more of us than there are them. That's it. And Mark, our good friend Mark says, how will the mainstream media spin the forthcoming mayhem? We'll see. The answer is incorrectly. All right, dear friends, have a great and a glorious day. See you tonight at 7. Let us recoup and refocus. Follow us. Again, thank you. Enjoy. Do something fun today. Take a walk. Kiss your kids. Have a drink. Do whatever you want to do. Relax. This is a day for celebration. All right? We'll see you tonight. Have a great day. And until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Dead.